Hi, my name is Eliza Brennan and this is my video application to be a Program Facilitator at batyr. So in terms of an embarrassing story, I wish I could sit here before you and say, oh no, not me, don't have any to my name, but that would be an outright lie. Unfortunately, there's an endless pool of stories I could dip into. But for this one particularly today, first I need to set the scene, because only then will you understand just how embarrassing it actually was. So picture this. After school, I packed up my bags and I headed to the UK for a gap year, like so many have done before me. And one of the things that I was most excited for was this top deck trip that I booked. And it was some crazy 12 countries in 30-day trip. And I thought I was being very mature and booked the trip by myself. So I didn't know anyone or didn't have any friends on it. And at this point, I want to draw your attention to a very important detail. I was about to be spending 30 days stuck on a bus with 60 complete strangers. That'll be important for later. So we took off from London early in the morning and headed out down south towards France, and I nervously began saying hi, introducing myself, and a couple of hours in, I was completely busting to pee. Ask anyone who knows me and they will testify that I honestly have an abnormally small bladder and I cannot hold on to save my life. So there I was and I was like, oh geez, this is not good. Headed to the back of the bus only to find that the toilet wasn't working. Handy, right? No worries, no worries. Went down to the front of the bus and said to the driver, do you mind pulling over to the next service stop? I really have to go to the bathroom. And he said, look, it's going to be about another 20 minutes. And I thought, okay, yep, I can probably do that. Went down and sat at my seat, but no, couldn't hold on. 5 minutes later, I was so busting, I couldn't even get up. So from the back of the bus, I yelled out, pull over right now, I'm about to pee my pants. So the bus driver pulled over abruptly and I jetted it down the aisle as fast as I could and out of the bus. But it doesn't stop there. Unlike our highways in Australia, I feel like we have a bit of scrub, few trees, bit of coverage. This particular stretch in England, nothing. It was literally concrete to a fence. At this point, I want to draw you back to that very important detail. So there I was, peeing in complete sight of the 60 strangers I was about to be spending the next 30 days with. Oof, totally embarrassing. So after I finished and did the longest pee probably of my life, I head down, got back on the bus and thought, that's it, I'm doomed. I have no chance of making any friends on this trip now. I may as well give up now. But fast forward 30 days, I had the best trip I ever could have imagined. And I feel like, although it was very embarrassing, it did give me some sort of introduction to everyone. And I made some friends that will continue to be the best friends of my life. Okay, so I may not have a group of 15-year-old boys I can call on, but luckily for me, I have a great backup audience. Let me introduce Hardy. And in some ways, keeping her focus is very similar to trying to keep a group of 15-year-old boys focused on topics of well-being and self-care. So no matter who the audience is, when I'm approaching topics like this, I really want to try and find some common ground that we can connect with. I have a massive love for sport, and I know that Hardy is also a big fan of ball sports, and I have a slight feeling that 15-year-old boys are too. So that's what I'm going to use to try and get their attention. Okay. Hey guys, I'm Eliza, but you can call me Liz, and today we'll be talking about a few things, and if any questions come up in the process, feel free to shoot up a hand and we can talk about literally anything. So to get started here, raise of hands, who here likes passing the footy with your mates? Okay, cool. Me too. That's what we're going to do today. I'm going to ask a couple of questions and then I'll pass the ball out to someone and you just feel free to answer, literally no right or wrong answer. And if you want, after you've answered, you can pick a song and we'll chuck it in the queue to play over the bus. So first one, everyone get ready to make a classic act. Who here has heard of self-care before? Yep, great answer. So pass the footy back. All right, next one then. Who here can give me an example of self-care? Yeah, that's a really great answer. So So it may be surprising, but something as simple as passing the footy with mates is a form of self-care. Self-care can be anything that makes you feel happy or healthy and helps you keep emotional well-being. So now let's do a rapid fire round. I'm going to pass the ball out really quickly. You give me a quick example of something that you do that's self-care. Pick a song and pass the ball back. Okay, everyone ready? And remember, no right or wrong answer, just something that makes you happy. Okay, here we go. Yep. Here we go again. Yeah, really good. Next one. Perfect. Well, thanks so much for keeping your attention, guys. I really appreciate you getting involved. And maybe you've picked up a few things from your mates of things that you can incorporate into your routine. That's a bit of self-care. So just remembering, it's anything that makes you happy. Any other question, guys? Okay. And if there are any other questions that come up, feel free to come and have a chat with me later on in the day and just grab my attention. I'll be happy to have a talk about literally anything. All right, let's get those songs playing. So I've always been really passionate about youth mental health, and it's a space that I'm really keen to get into. I feel like my skills and experiences really make me an ideal candidate for this role. I'll bring enthusiasm and confidence to the role. I'm not afraid to be in front of a crowd and try and get people's attention on really important topics. It's a plight that's very close to my heart, and I really hope I have the opportunity to contribute to it.